Welcome to Your Best Interviews. My name is Eric Smith. Thank you so much for spending the time here with me. Today's gonna be a short video, but I just wanted to put this out there. I've talked to a lot of clients and it's all centered around getting applications out there, right? I've said it multiple times. When you're applying to jobs, it really is a numbers game. You have to make sure that you're getting yourself out there enough times that companies are seeing your resume and able to actually put you in the interview process. And so if you're applying to just 10 jobs, your likelihood of moving forward in the process is low, because the interview process, the hiring process is unfair. You could be the most qualified candidate, but not get the job, right? Because maybe they didn't get to your resume in time. Maybe they filled their interview pipeline before even seeing your resume. Or maybe there were internal candidates that applied that were just, they moved them forward and not you. So there's a lot of reasons that you might not move forward in the process. And this is why you need to make sure you're applying to a lot of different things and increasing your odds of getting the job that you want. Now, if you're somebody who doesn't have the time to really devote a lot of time to apply broadly to a lot of different jobs, one thing you can do, and I know I've mentioned this before about outsourcing resumes and things like that, you could outsource your job search process. There's two different ways to do this. One, go to a recruiter. Have a recruiter act on your behalf to actually get you in front of opportunities and try and get you in the interview process. They're really acting like an agent. Think about a sports agent that is trying to, or an agent for an entertainer. They're trying on your behalf to get you jobs. It's the same with a recruiter. They only get paid if they place you in a position. And so they're really, really incentivized to act on your best behalf and to try and get you in front of companies that are looking for your skill set. So a recruiter is number one. It shouldn't cost you anything. If a recruiter's charging you any amount of money to represent you or to try and get you this job, go to someone different. You shouldn't cost you anything to work with a recruiter. They get paid if you get hired by a company, and the company pays them, not you. So recruiter's number one. Number two, you could outsource this. You could go to Upwork, you could go to Fiverr, you could go to one of the freelance sites and pay somebody hourly to just be applying to jobs for you that meet your exact criteria. If you're gonna do this, this is an easy way to do it. Go on, create a job posting, say, I need somebody to apply to jobs for me. That's simply the title, right? You're just trying to find somebody who is gonna spend maybe 4 or 5 hours a day just scouring for jobs that meet your exact criteria, right? And they will click apply, and then you can easily have them track it too. So you have maybe an Excel or a Google sheet where it just says company, application that they used. You send them your applications in PDF form. And so they'll link, if you have multiple resumes, they'll itemize which resume they applied with. It'll show also which site they applied from, the link to the job description so that you can see it, and then the date that they applied. All of these different things so that you can track their progress. You can track where your resume has been applied to. Excuse me. And then from there, you could just, you're putting together really, really specific criteria for them to make sure that they're applying to the right type of job. So maybe this, you've got 10 different bullets, job title with a couple different related job titles. Maybe it's industry that you're focused in on. Maybe you only want to apply to jobs that are showing compensation within a certain range that fits your range. Maybe it's just a handful of titles that, are related to maybe 50 different companies. All these different things you can put parameters around, and they will just focus their energy on getting your application to those companies or those types of companies that fit your filters. This is not right for everybody, but if you're somebody who's busy, you don't have the time to dedicate to this, or you just don't want the headache of having to do it yourself for 6-7 hours, you could outsource this. It's going to cost you a little bit of money, but it's not anything that's crazy. And you get the benefit of applying broadly without having to really pour too much time into it. And then again, if they're tracking all of this, you can see specifically what they're applying to and tailor. If you're like, hey, this doesn't really make sense, or you're applying to this, no jobs like this, or no industries like this, you can kind of tailor that list as they go, but also gives you really good idea of where your exposure points are. So hopefully this was helpful. I know this was short, guys. There's two different ways that you could really be getting yourself out there if you don't have the time to do it yourself. One is a recruiter, and two would be a gig worker or a freelancer, right? Go onto Upwork, Fiverr. There's a ton of different sites. I'm not promoting one over the other, but find somebody who is willing to do this hourly work for you. and can really, really tighten in on what you're focused on. And that list will come specifically from you. So again, hopefully this was helpful. Hit subscribe, 2 videos every week, Monday, Wednesday, and then check out all the links below. All of my content is to help you get the job that you really want and give you advice that's going to help you in the interview process. So thank you for being here. Appreciate you.